from me and from Pip. Let's set up the chat so we can chat with our friends and we can keep it super high vibe. Certainly, we like it to be high vibe, do we not? And we're gonna set that to subscribers. There we go. Just waiting for my friends to start coming on in. I was running a little bit late tonight actually because I had to clean up before I came on here. You know, like vacuum, change the sheets, clean the bathroom, change the towels, you know, like real life shit. Like the not romantic or exciting shit, but like, you know, the real life shit. And I have to go get my footstool. I'm sorry, give me a moment. Okay, I actually have been using it for a plant. My plant has been perched on it. It's not the best use for a footstool, so I'm probably gonna have to get like an actual planter, like a plant holder for the plant, so then I can always have my footstool handy. So I could actually use, you know, my footstool like as a footstool and not like as a plant holder. You know, like its intended purpose. How's everybody doing? Please make sure that you are saying hello once you get here. Announce yourself, let me know that you're here. What do you guys want to talk about? So excited that you guys are here this evening. Much love to the replay crew as well. Always happy to have friends here. Hello, Bianca. I'm so glad that you joined us again, sweetie. Hello, Steve. Hello, Sarah. Bianca is a new friend that came over from Outcast's channel, and I'm so happy to have you here, darling. Thank you again for joining us. Hello, Sarah. Sarah, my vampire love from across the globe who does not sleep. You are absolutely amazing, Sarah. Cakes, as we affectionately call you. I wanted tonight to be like just a super chill, super fun hang. And because I kind of feel like when I come on here with an idea of what we're going to talk about, it always turns into like a super chill hang anyway. And it's fun to go off of script. So I was like, tonight, let's not even have any script. Let's just go with the flow, talk about what you guys want to talk about, things that you want to look into, questions that you may have, if you want to vent, if there's something you want to share, if there's questions that you have. I know, Sarah. So Sarah, when you're not here, I know it's because you're actually, I know it's because you're horror. Like, for shame, woman. Imagine the nerve of you deciding to sleep instead of being unalive. The way I said that, by the way, I said it so quickly, I was like, unalive. It sounded like I said unalive. I meant unalive. Sorry for that. That sounded very, like, that sounded not appropriate to say. But yeah, like the nerve of you, Sarah, that you needed to sleep when you're, I don't know, like 9 hours ahead of me or something like that. I'm still not convinced that you do sleep. Not even a little bit. So do you guys want to discuss anything in particular? I can also, you know what? Okay. So I had this thought today. I, on Thursday, recorded the video on Nelson Mandela. But I was thinking about it afterwards, and I was like, I don't think this is the one on Delphi, right? I know. So not only was it a doozy in terms of the sheer amount of information and material, it was a doozy in terms of like editing, and I kind of actually feel like repelled from editing. So I was actually thinking, like, if a video is not super intensive and there's not going to be like a lot of overlays that are going to be included, or there's not going to be like images or pictures or material or anything like that, why don't I just do it live with you guys? I'll just read from my notes live. So instead of me going live only on Fridays, I could do like a midweek live instead of recording and editing. I'm a little bit burnt out of editing, if you guys can't tell. And honestly, not just the editing process, like legit, That video was being held hostage by the video editor. So in addition to the hours of editing, 9 hours was spent on ChatGPT in the Genius Bar, like with tech support, trying to see how I could export this video. I did literally everything. The video was just being held hostage. So I was like, I don't want to go through that again, guys. Bianca, it's Saturday morning here at 11:52 a.m. Holy shit, how many hours ahead are you? So if it's 6 here, so 6 to 6 would be 12. So you're 17 hours ahead of us, dear. Wow, okay, you're just like starting your day. You're like, it's like lunchtime over there, and it's like dinner time over here. Steve, when you showed all the towered buildings, one was left out. The CN Tower in Toronto. It used to be the largest freestanding structure in the world until recently. Anything cool about that? Now, I will say this. I'm sure I left out more than just the CN Tower. I was actually talking to my mom. She's like, where'd you get all of those images from? I was like, Google. She's like, you must have searched really, really hard. She was actually talking about the photos with the celebrities. You know, the celebrities that were doing this or the celebrities that were doing this. She's like, you must have searched really hard. I was like, actually, no. I put in the search term, celebrities covering one eye with hand. And all of those pictures came up. Yeah, baby.
Because NBA 2K26 Arcade Edition sucks.
Oh.
Or at least my GM does.
Oh.
Can I use Fairway LA to send a report about how bad it is?
Not right now.
No, Fairway LA.
Does it have to be done this exact moment? It really does?
Yes.
Okay, whatever, do it then.
Okay.
My kids are already using my email address. Okay, so it was a
backup.
Literal 30-second search. Celebrities cover it, and all those images came up. 30-second search. Celebrities holding one finger up in front of their mouth. That's it. All those images came up. It was the easiest thing in the world to actually get it. The most difficult thing was actually taking screenshots and then just like editing it. That's it. That was the most difficult part of it. And then when I was looking for buildings, like I knew a few of them, right? Like being a New Yorker, I knew like the Chrysler Building, I knew the Empire State Building. I've never been to all of these places where I got the photos from, so I was just Googling buildings with towers with a metal spire on top of it. So it's not to say that the list was completely comprehensive, because absolutely it was not. It's just to say that all of the material is so easily available for anybody that is looking for it. Like, I'm not unique with my ability to do 3D research. The guides pointed me in the direction, that's where I went. But it's like, it's not specific or unique to me. I'm not like some, online sleuth, obviously. Hello, Fiona. Fiona said, smiles from Australia. Thank you. I'm loving the vibes that you're sending over here. It's actually really funny. Somebody left a comment on my video. I'm for sure going to say her name wrong, and this lady's going to get pissed off if she's watching me. The video that I did on Moira Murray. I probably got more comments on that video of people pointing out that I was mispronouncing her name than I got comments on the video itself. People are like, you're not pronouncing her name correctly. So this lady, she left a comment. Unfortunately, she deleted it. And when a person deletes it, if I click on the comment, it doesn't come up. I see like the first 2 lines, and that's it. Like I could see the notification, but not the comment itself. She said, I just cannot get over the fact that you were mispronouncing her name the entire video. And it makes me wonder if you... And then I can't see anymore, because that's 2 lines. The suspense. When I tell you the suspense is driving me absolutely batty, I'm like, what did she say? Like, I need to know what she was getting at. Like, where she was going to say, like, you don't research your videos? No shit. I'm an energy reader. Like, I don't know the suspense, guys. Should we do, like, a channeling session? Should we try to figure out what it was this lady was trying to tell me? Because really, like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to sleep tonight, not know. Like, the not knowing is, it might just keep me up literally all night. What?
I submitted it.
Okay. I'll let you know if I get a response back from them.
Okay.
Steve, I thought you did a stellar job. Yeah, but apparently I mispronounced her name. Her name is not pronounced Moira Murray. I don't know how it's pronounced because when I look at the spelling,
I think it's pronounced Mora.
is it Mora? I don't know. Because also the comments that I got were not really instructive. I got a lot of comments pointing out that I mispronounced it. So it's spelled M-A-U-R-A. So when I look at that, okay, maybe maybe it's me, I'm the problem, it's me.
Moira.
When I look at that, I think it's pronounced Moira.
Yeah, Moira Murray.
Moira. How did I pronounce it Mora? No, I didn't. I don't know, I'm so puzzled, guys.
It's either Myra or Moria.
Moira? There's no I in that name.
I know, but it'd be funny.
I want to just remind everybody that's watching, we're, content creators are people too. Goodbye. I love you.
I'm
Have
gonna
fun.
bring the tablet
Okay.
with its new cool headphones.
Yes, but please
I'm
don't
gonna
try
show
them
the
on
new
the floor.
cool headphones.
You can bring them over. Pip
Here
is very
are
excited. He wants to show you guys something.
New.
He got new headphones for his tablet. By the way, I realized they're boopy color.
Oh yeah, but I don't watch them anymore. So
I
it's not.
know. You watched him when you were just like little baby sack of bones.
Yeah, when I was like
Now
3.
you're like a bigger sack of bones.
Ma,
Hello, Roberto, my
this
darling.
is also the same headphones as Jaden.
I know, you told me that like 3 times.
Yeah, and I'm telling
Steve,
you.
I meant all the photos from the Delphi video. Thank you. Guys, seriously, if you have not yet seen my video on the Delphi unaliving case, I highly recommend it. It is... So first, 1 second, baby. It's bringing in all of these pieces, connecting so many things that we look into on this channel. But then in addition to that, at the end of the video, which is what... Please stop doing that. Which is why at the... Hello, do I talk? Like, are you like,
I'm
hello,
doing this to
am
get
I
your
invisible?
attention.
Am I a ghost? Do you
I'm
not
trying
hear
to
me?
get your attention because I want to say something.
That's not cool though, I'm talking.
What can I say?
When I'm done.
No, but
So,
you
no.
stop talking.
No, I only stopped talking. Do I need to take that away?
No. I'll
Then
run
you're
with
gonna
it.
stop.
I'll
Okay.
hide it. It's
So-
small.
Welcome to my life, by the way. It's very glamorous being a content creator. Shit, what was I saying? Do you remember? Because you were interrupting me, Mr. Magoo.
About how to. It's something about it was a connection of flowers.
Oh, all right, thank you. Okay, so it's connecting so many of the things that we look into in this channel as a whole, but then at the end of the video, which is why I was saying at the beginning of the video, please watch the video all the way through, so many new connections came in. That my mind was blown, guys. Like, I was not being hyperbolic when I said I was like that mind blown emoji. I was like, what the, like, I stood up from the channeling session like this. Like, okay, this is the notebook. This is a notebook. It's not the notebook. Imagine I stood up.
Oh,
I
there's the
stood
arrows
up
on the back.
from my notebook and I was looking at it like it was like a bomb. Because that's what that entire channeling session was. It was like one bomb dropped
I
after
would look
another
at it
one.
like a bomb. It's like this.
That, very professional.
Yeah.
Thank you. Very
now
professional.
Can I say what I wanted
Yes,
to say?
please say what you wanted to say.
So you know how you show images in some of your videos?
Yes.
I suggest you credit those images. Say like all images in
Do you
this
wanna
video
know what?
came from this source.
These videos, I mean, the images, it's just Google.
Yes.
How in the world am I gonna? No.
Say that all these images in this video come from Google Images.
Do you want the content creator to lose her mind? That's the easiest way. Give her more to do. Steve,
No,
I
it's
said,
only a few words. It's all
Got
the
it.
images
Thank
in
you.
this video come from
Okay.
Google Images.
Thank you, love
It's
you, bye bye.
literally less than 15
Got
words.
you, love you, thank you, bye. Steve, there's gonna be some Agent Smith asshole who's like, be nicer to your kid. Steve, I just saw Senator Josh Hawley grill the CEO from 23andMe, and he seemed to have much different than other senators. So when I've looked into him, he has really, really good intentions and he has integrity. I would love to see him being president one day, but as we know, if you're a president, you're owned and operated. So, but no, he genuinely, like, he's shown to me as being very, like, not just having integrity, although he does, but like, you know, like when a horse, so metaphorically, sometimes this is the way information is shown to me. When a horse is in a race, what do they do to make sure that the horse runs straight? So they put something on the horse, like it's like a horsey helmet, and it covers the side of the horse's face. So that way the horse can only see straight ahead. So essentially what it's doing is it's taking out any periphery introduction of elements that is going to take the horse's attention away. Horse blinders, thank you, Steve. Here I am being so like just rattling on explaining it instead of just calling it what it is, horse blinders. So he has a remarkable ability to almost like not blind himself, but essentially compartmentalize anything that is not relevant to what he is doing at the moment and just take it out of the equation so he could stay focused on task. So think of like literally what I imagine would be the opposite of like ADD. Now, I don't have ADD. I have, actually, it's very interesting. I have a friend who was diagnosed with adult ADD. Hello, Project 25. Hello, Swims. Trial Junkie. Honey, if you have not yet seen the video that I did on Delphi, I really, really recommend watching it all the way through. So I actually have a friend that was diagnosed with adult ADD. Very, very interesting. So I went with her to Costco. That's like what adults do, I guess. You go to Costco. I don't fucking know. I think I'm like, I'm trying on adulthood. I think it's working. I think I'm going to stay here. Not that I have a choice in the matter. But yeah, like I enjoy going to Costco with my friend. So anyway, we're in the car going to Costco, and she's the one with the membership, and she has a minivan. So it was like, let's go together in your car. She was telling me, but she was saying it, and then I was seeing it happen. She's like, you know, I can't, so safe. Thank God I was alone. Like my kid wasn't with me. She's like, you know, I can't drive and talk at the same time. I was like, what does that even mean? She's like, I was just recently diagnosed with adult ADD. She's like, and it explains so much about me. She's like, I was watching it in real time. She was telling me I cannot drive and speak at the same time because as she was saying it, you cannot script this shit. As she was saying it, like the car started to go this way. It was like veering off to the, I was like, okay, maybe you should pull over and let me drive, dear. So I was seeing it in real time. She could not multitask. She's like, I get too distracted. If I drive, I can't talk. If I talk, I can't drive. So she pulled over and I actually did drive so that way she could talk to me. I don't understand that because I don't have ADD. I have more what Josh Hawley has. Like imagine you're in a tunnel, in a train, and it's a long, dark tunnel, and you see nothing. But then as you're getting to the end of the tunnel, you see like a pinprick of light. That's basically what it's like for me when I'm doing something on task. I don't see anything. I have this remarkable ability to tune everything out around me and just stay focused on. That's why I could work from home. Because I don't get distracted by anything else. It's like I'm sitting at my computer, I have shit to do, I'm gonna do it, you know? So I understand his mental processes and his sensibility because I have the exact same thing, which is why I can explain it to you. So he is like that, not just with tasks, but he can see like the big picture. And if something is not in line with the big picture, he has blinders onto it. So one could say, in a way, he's uncorruptible, right? Because he's looking at, like, what's the big picture? He wants some sort of or let's say he has some sort of an idealized idea of the way that he wants the country to be. So anything that is not in alignment with this version or vision of what he wants for the country, he blinds it out. He doesn't even see it. He's uncorruptible. Now, I'm not saying he cannot be corrupted, but if he's going to be corrupted, it's going to be because it's not in fact him. So read between the lines of what I'm saying here. Now I'm going to catch up on comments. I read Trial Junkie's comment there. Steve, that Delphi video is pretty... Holy fucking hell, did it go deep. Swims. Solar, yay. So glad I'm glad that you're catching us, honey. Tommy John, Tommy Boys. Wow, your eyes are the prettiest I have ever seen. Thank you, Tommy. I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate you taking a moment to be the opposite of a troll. Steve, I think they sell adult I think that's the entire purpose of Costco. It's selling a membership to adulthood, because once you get it, you can actually not go back. I mean, maybe midlife crisis, but I haven't had one, so I don't know, so I can't say. Sarah Lee, Hay Swims, and Steve, like laser focus, but it is kind of like laser focus, but different, yeah. So, by the way, guys, I'm just going to do a mid check-in, and I'm going to say, if you have not yet hit the thumbs up, please go ahead and do so. Guess what? It's a really easy, free way to support the channel. And if you are not yet hyping my videos, I would really appreciate it if you could hype them as well. There's like a new thing that they're doing right now, like the hypes. The hypes. They're all about them hypes. So if I don't get, like, I'm feeling like I'm really inadequate as a content creator if people are not giving me hypes. It's not good for my self-esteem. Not true at all. Hello, Simone, honey. What time were you up this morning? Were you again up at 5:30 a.m. working out? Simone is incredible. I don't know how you do it. Steve, hype the funk, swipe the funk. Steve, I think, by the way, I renamed my Delphi video. You're going to have to take a look at it and tell me if it's to your wordsmith standards. No, because you were like, I think the title is lacking. And then I looked at the title again. I was like, you know what? I think he might actually be right. I think this title could be a little bit more... It could be a little bit more it could be a little bit more exciting, right? So I think I renamed it. Let me know if it's to your standards. Simone, yes, up at that. My God, you're amazing. Okay, but what I want to know is, were you always a morning person, Simone? Is this like new to you, or were you like always? Because I am fascinated by circadian rhythms, and my understanding is you really cannot change your rhythm. You just are your rhythm. I know that I have consistently been my circadian rhythm the entirety of my life. And everyone's like, oh, you'll see when you become a mother, it's going to change. Lies. All of it lies. Lies. No. All that happened is I was crankier for more hours of the day because I had to wake up earlier. I didn't actually wake up, like I was physically awake. My eyes were open. I was functioning. Was I like really awake? So I want to know, Simone, were you always a morning person? Simone, I am working on being consistent. I used to be a night owl. In my 30s, I became a morning person. How? Tell me your secret. Not that I want to be a morning person, but I want to know how you hack the code. I enjoy my solitude in the mornings. That is what every morning person I know says. My mom says it. I have a friend that wakes up at 4:30 a.m. before her kids wake up so she can have quiet time in the morning. I want quiet time at night. Like, I want my kid to go to sleep. That's my quiet time. Not the morning. Like, I come alive at night. Like, I'm a different person at night than I am during the day. I should actually record at night. Why am I recording during the day when the sun is shining? Like, I should go, like, full vampire mode. Start recording at, like, 10 p.m. I'm kind of curious, actually, what would happen if I started recording at that time. I think the videos would be tight. I don't know. Anyway, guys, hold on. Should we do a poll? Can, mods, do you know if you can open up a poll or if it's only me? Simone, yeah, try a nighttime record, see how it goes. I think I'm going to have to. The last time I actually did it was when my channel was a lot newer, before I had this better ring light. And I remembered I recorded at night. The lighting was shit, so I couldn't use the recording. Because if you go back and watch my earlier shit, it kind of was, the lighting was certainly shit. It was like a $15 ring light I bought secondhand on OfferUp from somebody. Like, I don't want to spend money on a channel, right? I don't want to buy $100 ring light. It was like before I recorded my first video, right? I'm not spending money before I'm making any money, certainly. So I bought like the cheapest ring light I could find. The lighting was really shit. The video was great, but the lighting was so bad it was unusable. So that was the last time I've ever done like a nighttime. Today's unsponsored video is brought to you by Aquatica Bear. Unsponsored. I will never get sponsorship if I do this. I just give everything away for free. People are gonna be like, ah, she's a fucking fool. Just send her some free shit. She'll talk about it. We don't even have to pay her. Steve, okay, I saw the new title. It still doesn't even begin to lead to the amount of craziness it contains. I was thinking something light. Like, bring it to me. I need to know. The truth behind the Delphi murders unravels Masonic grid of terror around the world. Okay, I like it. This is what I'm going to say about it. I wanted it to be a little bit of a surprise. Because I was even thinking of putting it in the hook, you know, like the intro hook. And then I reconsidered and I was like, I want people to be invested. I want people to earn it. I don't want to give that. I'm not, what's his name? What's that author's name? I'm asking you, like you guys know who I'm thinking of. There's and if you put it, if anyone can actually research it, you'll tell me who it is based on what he said. I'm going to paraphrase. Hello, Maria, darling. He said something to the effect of, so he's an author. He said, give the reader everything up front. So, 1 minute. So much so that if the last few pages of the book were lost, they would even be able to know what the ending, the conclusion of the book was going. I think his William, is it Faulkner? I think it's William Faulkner. What, baby?
I essentially hacked my game.
You hacked your game? You can tell me about it, but you have to earn it.
Okay.
Just like my viewers
What do you
watching the
mean?
Delphi video.
What do you mean?
Can you look up, what's the author? Is there an author with the name William Faulkner?
Let me first tell you about me hacking.
I mean, that's not what I had in mind, but go for it.
So, I didn't really hack it, but I set my game's clock forward a day so that I get more energy.
Okay, that's very clever. Now, can you look up the author's name?
No.
You are such a little wise guy. Such a little wise guy.
I deserve that.
Oh, but the box didn't fall, did
I
it?
deserve to. It didn't.
Good.
Mom, what did
Yeah.
you get instead of the marshmallows at Trader's?
The chickies. And cheese.
Cheese?
This is a very random shopping haul this afternoon, guys. I don't want to talk about it. Oh my god. Okay, so anyway, Steve, what I was saying. What? The fuck?
It was the pizza.
Shit.
It just collapsed. It was like.
Can you pick it back up and put it away?
It was like bye bye.
Yeah.
Ah.
Basically, it project. Don't leave it out. It's gonna defrost, and then you won't be able to eat it.
No, I'm just doing it so that I can reopen this.
Okay,
and try to
clever.
keep it open.
Basically, it's something in the freezer projectiled out and like fell on the floor in front of Pip. So this is what I was thinking, Steve. I didn't want to give too much away. I wanted it to be a surprise for the viewer that imagine the story is unfolding as you're watching the video, and the longer you're in it, the more it starts to open up and it gets really exciting. So that's why I didn't want to give away too much in the title. So now that I kind of shared my intention, let me know if that makes sense. I like the title, but maybe we can refine it where we're not actually talking about some of the components there. Like maybe the truth behind the Delphi unalive unravels grid of worldwide terror or something like that. Maria, I'm wondering, do you feel that me and Philip will reconcile? We broke up. Will we ever be together again? I'd be so thankful. So, honey, I do mini personal energy reads with a suggested donation of $19.99. No, $10 or more. So a few things. Super chat, super thanks. I need your name, your actual name, and I need your consent to connect to it and to read your energy. And a lot of people are not comfortable sharing their actual name on YouTube. And if not, I completely respect that. But then I won't be able to look into your energy because I need your name. Some energy readers can hold a pen. Let's say you go to an energy reader. This is my grandmother's most favorite pen. I want to see if we can make contact with her. All that person would need is to hold the pen because there's an energetic residue that's left behind on an item that was frequently used by a person, right? I'm not that kind of energy reader. I need a name. Okay, that's the 3D anchor to that soul's expression in this lifetime. Without a name, I'm useless. Without a name, I'm just like all the charlatan, psychics that you're gonna go into in a psychic shop off the street. Steve, LOL, I know it could be so sensational. It doesn't need to be my exaggeration. I like your exaggeration though. Hello, Sarah. It is William. What's William? Steve, so yeah, it's only you that can create a poll. Blah. So Maria, honey, I just want you to know first and foremost, or for anyone that's watching, I tend to run behind the comments. So Steve, maybe if somebody comes in and they ask, Steve or Cakes, if somebody comes in and they ask a question, could you just put in the comments, she's running behind on the comments, she's not ignoring you. I don't want people to think that I'm ignoring them or that I'm not serious about being here for them. But as you guys have been here for a while know, I'm always behind on the comments. Steve, it totally makes sense. Maria, I think I answered your question now, Maria, and I think I also answered why I didn't answer it when you first asked it. I'm always behind on the comments, sweetie. Hello, Roberto. Maria, can't do that. I understand, but then I can't answer your question, honey. I want you to look at it, not that I'm being a mean person. There's an energetic exchange, right? So in order for me to connect to and to read your energy and give you something that you're asking for, there needs to be an energetic exchange. Otherwise, there's an imbalance in energy, right? I'm not a codependent. I don't have to, my sense of self is not anchored into giving other people what they need without getting anything in return. That's not healthy. That's called, that's actually the epitome of somebody that's in an unhealthy relationship. So I'm not a codependent. I'm perfectly okay setting boundaries for myself and letting you know that without some sort of an energetic exchange, I can't and I won't. I mean, I can, but I won't. But I completely understand that you're not comfortable sharing your name on YouTube. And that's why I said that. A lot of people are not comfortable. I respect that. And what actually a lot of my friends on here that are, consistent viewers, I already know their name, right? So you'll see I'm saying Steve. You might be like, who the fuck is she talking to? There's nobody here with the name Steve because his handle is not his name, but I know who he is. I know what his name is. So when he asks me a personal question, I don't have to ask for his name. I know his name. All I need is consent. So I hope that makes sense. And I hope that you'll consider sticking around even though I'm a meanie and I have boundaries. But the video on Nelson Mandela is really fucking cool. It's really fucking cool. I think what I'm actually even going to do is I think I'm going to bump the Amy... I'm always bumping things down the list. I think I'm going to bump the Amy Bradley video. Like, I have some strong levels of resistance to doing a video on Amy Bradley. Has anyone else noticed that, or is that only me? But anyway, I'm thinking about bumping the Amy Bradley video even like further down so I can do like Nelson Mandela first. And next week for sure, because I already like recorded it, I already uploaded it, it's been uploaded to YouTube for like 2 weeks now, is the video on Summer Wells. So Summer Wells is getting her own video next week. The only question is, what video am I going to also do next week? Should we do like a live Nelson Mandela? Should we do, I can't do DB Cooper because that one actually has, it's really only really one photo that I have to do though. Maybe it's okay if I just mention, but I don't need to, I don't know, I need to work it out. I need to work it out. Maybe I'll actually open up a poll and ask you guys what you want. Sarah, very excited for the Mandela. I know you asked about him. Simone, same, I am very excited. I have so many. I got more shit lined up than I actually have time juggling like my 3D jobs that I can record and share with you guys. But the good news also is that it's gonna keep. I mean, the good news is I have content for you guys, right? Let's look at it that way. And I also kind of go with like what feels right for the day. So yesterday when I woke up in the morning, I was looking at my list and I was like, I'm not feeling John O'Keefe today. I'm not feeling Shakespeare. I'm not feeling Ernest Hemingway. I was like, I'm feeling Nelson Mandela. I'm gonna record Nelson today. So that's what I did. Cause energy, you know, I want to kind of like be in alignment with the vibes that I'm feeling. Steve, I love you, darling, and you and Sarah are the world's best mods, but I'm gonna actually take it off of subscriber only because I want people to chat. Let's just try it for a few minutes, okay? And if the comments become
Where is it?
not so nice again, then I can always change it. I don't know, Dolly.
What?
I don't have the ball here. But it's kind of like, Steve, Faye, is there anything hidden behind or under Niagara Falls? Ooh, good question. So immediately, as soon as I like set my intention there, I was shown. So I'm gonna tell you what. Hi, Jamara, honey. I'm gonna tell you. Hi, Jamie. No. You do not need to apologize, sweetheart. So I'll tell you what was shown to me, and then I'm gonna tell you what. I think it could be a metaphor for something. But I was shown, like, imagine like a quintessential scene, like in a pirate movie, like gold coins and like jewels, stolen jewels, and like these like boxes just like overflowing with jewels and gold. So it could be that there's literally kind of like, imagine like a secret Fort Knox. So it could be that there's actually gold, like gold bars that are buried there. But it could also be a metaphor, not literally for like gold and jewels, but like something that's of meaning and value to, let's say, like monarchies. So maybe there's like secrets that they don't want, like in like the CIA or the FBI building or something that's like uploaded to the cloud. So what do they do with it? It's actually buried below ground. So okay, I was frozen for a moment. It's because I got a phone call. Hi, Ajira. Hello, Dee. I'm so glad that you ladies were able to catch us today. Ajira, you are not late. You are right on time, sweetheart. And Dee just watched the video on Delphi. There's a fly here. How crazy was that video? Thank you. Can I just say what a labor of love that video was? Like, if I was not committed to sharing the information, I would have given up a lot sooner. I would have literally given up so much sooner, but I couldn't. I was like, no, this information needs to be out there. It has to be shared. And I'm glad that I shared it. Because, you know, I think, you know, part of my meaning is to help it's a couple of things. It's to help people remember what their soul came here to do, and to remember that, you know, they are a soul. They're not just a body. But it's also, I think, to help dismantle the matrix. Not wake people up. It's different. It's to dismantle the matrix. At least that's what I think. I don't know. I could be completely crazy. I could be wrong. I could be like that lady on who left me the comment today that was super critical of the fact that I was getting Moira Murray's name wrong. I'm sorry. Like, do I need to do like a disclaimer? Because Dee, you're really good about that, actually. I remember in one of your most recent videos you had said, like, I could be getting the facts wrong, and if so, please correct me. I think I need to actually start like putting in some sort of a disclaimer. Like, my 3D facts could be misrepresented, and It's not with any malicious intent. Please feel free to make a correction if it's stated in like some high vibe way. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, and also here's the thing. If somebody watched the video on Moira Murray, however I'm saying her name, whether it's correct or incorrect, if somebody watched the video all the way through to the very, very tippy end, and their takeaway from the video was you were pronouncing her name wrong, what were you doing for the 45 minutes or however long that video was? Like, how was that the takeaway? That I was pronouncing her, like, how is that? Guys, if you've seen my video on Moira Murray, or however you pronounce her name correctly or incorrectly, how is that somebody's takeaway? Asking for a friend, because I'm not understanding. Swims, may I ask, was singer D'Angelo Michael Archer taken out by the music business elite who claimed he crossed over at 51 from cancer? Can witchcraft cause cancer? Great question. So I'm going to say like this, because I've been asked about curses before. So first and foremost, let's establish, are curses real? They can be. They're not always effective, and here's why. Everything in the world is made up of vibrations, right? So if somebody is not a vibrational alignment for a curse, as in a curse is low vibe, it's only going to resonate and take hold in a person if they're a vibrational match for it. If they're too high vibe, the curse has nothing. It's like, think of those burrs that get attached to a dog or a cat when they go outside. If it's a hairless cat, there's no fur for the burrs to catch onto. So a hairless cat, in my imagination anyway, it's not going to be, it's not going to come in from outside being covered in things that you're going to have to like painfully pull off of the fur, right? So it's the same exact thing with a curse and a vibration. If somebody is too high vibe, the curse cannot attach to them. So the only way that a curse could actually affect a person is if they are already in a energetically compromised state. As in, perhaps their vessel is not clean, perhaps their vessel is energetically porous or open, or if they're unwell. Because inherently, if somebody is unwell, it's very easy actually to throw them further out of alignment, which is very, very often when people find out that they have some sort of a disease, temporarily they get worse. Because the shock of the diagnosis throws them temporarily out of alignment and it lowers their vibration. So is it possible that he was cursed? I can look into that. I'm going to tell you he was sick. Yeah, his energy was, the word that just came in is disintegrating. So, yeah, I actually do think that he did have cancer. I think it's very, very likely that it was cancer. I don't know if they said what kind of cancer it was. I think it was renal cancer, because his body was not able to process waste, which immediately makes me think of like renal cancer, or maybe like, I don't know, is like kidney cancer a thing? I don't know. Probably not. But there was something going on in his body where it was energetically disintegrating because his body could not process any level of waste. Now, I'm also going to say he had a very, very high level of mucus buildup in his body. And he also his lymphatic system was not operating properly. So I don't know if it would have kept him alive longer. Definitely would have benefited. So I'm going to tell you, there was somebody absolutely toxic in his life. So his energy was being drained by somebody that was toxic in and around him. The mucus buildup was an indication that his body could not process things that he was, like, if you think about like mucus production, where is it, right? Here. So it's basically, like what are you taking in with your eyes? What are you breathing? What are you inhaling? So there was somebody so detrimental to him and so much toxicity to him. He almost like his there was so much of a mucus production because of it. Lymphatically, he was also overtaxed with his lymph nodes. And I'm also thinking, I'm being shown smoking, but I don't think he was a smoker at the time. I think he probably was a smoker when he was younger. There was a very a large buildup of toxicity in his system. His body just could not process it any longer. So I'm going to say, is it possible he was cursed after he was already sick? Yeah, but I don't think it was the curse that did him in. Now, I gotta close my window shade because I don't like feeling like I'm in a fishbowl. So let me close that for a second. Please talk amongst yourselves, guys. Okay. Now, I'm going to catch up on everybody's comments over here. Sarah, next, why is it moving so slowly? Do you guys see that? I don't know how the audio is. Please let me know if the audio is okay. I don't know if it's on your end either because, why am I connected to, oh shit. Hold on guys, I gotta, 1 second. I'm connected. I'm so sorry, guys. That was crazy. So apparently, I, for some reason, turned off my Wi-Fi today, and then I didn't turn it back on. So essentially, for the rest of the month, I'm not going to have any internet, or any internet when I'm not in my home, because I just, like, I literally just ate through the entire allotment of Wi-Fi that I have for, like, the entire, and the billing cycle was just like yesterday. So I'm screwed. Very, very good. Okay, hold on. Now I'm really going to catch up on comments. Sorry about that, guys. That was crazy. Sarah Lee, next goal, conduct a 6-hour live. That would actually be a new record, because we've hit, like, I think we've hit 5 hours on more than one occasion. Steve, I think she could do 6. I could do easy. Easy. If we did a live stream starting like 1 p.m. like on a Saturday or a Sunday, easy I could go until 7 p.m. Yeah, like, yeah, maybe I would have to do like a snack break in between. Easy. Hello, Big Ruben. Sarah, are Erica Kirk's parents part of the club? You know, I haven't even looked into her yet. There's a lot of grief around her. Her energy is telling me she wasn't ready for this. She wasn't ready. She wasn't ready. She wasn't ready to lose him. She wasn't ready for the responsibility. She wasn't ready for what was given to her. She wasn't ready for, she was not ready. She's saying, I don't know if I could do it, but I know that I have to do it. I have to be strong. I have to be strong for Charlie. I have to be strong for the kids. There's definitely an outside influence that's in and around her. Do you have her parents' names? Can anyone look up her parents' names? Because if I want to look into her parents, I need their names, right? Her name I have, which is why I can tell you. She's kind of like spinning her wheels. Like, completely overwhelmed, spinning, her wheels are spinning. She feels like she can't catch a break, she can't catch her breath. It's been nonstop since he crossed over. She's got, I don't generally like to talk about a person's negative attributes, but I can say there are certainly some attributes that, like, I feel like there's a lot of energetic dichotomy inside of her. Like, wanting to do the good, like, wanting to be a good girl, wanting to do the right thing, and also feeling beholden to other people, wanting to feel like a good wife, but also wanting to feel like there's a certain image that she has to project. There's something being shown to me about, I don't know what I'm being shown, to like touching his hand after he crossed over, like touching his hand, kissing his hand, almost like petting him, but it felt very performative and it didn't feel real. So I don't know, like, who was she around that she was performing for? Because it really did, like, it's feeling very inauthentic and very performative on her part. But I don't know why I'm being specific. Like, was this, like, I don't know, was like Donald Trump there? Was like Eric Trump there? Like, who was she performing for? But she was absolutely in performance mode. Steve, LOL, yeah. You all gotta look at the video of the kitten on the dashboard with a hawk. Swims, very interesting. They said he had pancreatic cancer, but who knows, they are never straight up. It actually, I kind of feel like, yeah, that kind of resonates with what I got on him, so I would say yes. Sarah, there's a reggae dance hall band called Seed? One of the lead singers, named Demba Nabi, crossed over, but it wasn't published why or how. Was it a sacrifice, disobedience, or natural causes? Singer's name, Demba Nabi. I can tell you that his soul is very confused, and I'm being shown two different things. So the first one is I'm being shown what I would equate maybe to be natural causes, but then I'm also being shown hanging. Is it possible that he was hung and it was made to look like natural causes? Like, obviously they can't. Like, there's telltale signs. But I wonder if it's like, it's a cover or it's a front for what actually had happened to him. You know, like, anyone could be corrupted, certainly, especially if there's already like deep-seated corruption in place. Morgues and medical examiners, like, we already know because we had looked into what's her name, that little girl that was the star in the Poltergeist movie, right? I had looked into her for a previous AMA, and it had been shown to me that it wasn't natural causes that caused her to cross over. But here's the thing. She was part of like the SAG Association or part of the Actors Association. They don't go to regular doctors. They go to, because they have very specific insurance. And their insurance is only taken by certain doctors that are industry doctors. Do you see where I'm going? So they're not going to go to like a regular general practitioner. They're going to go to and also look at it this way, if they're doing like an action movie, they have to go get assessed for an insurance policy. They're not going to like your neighborhood general practitioner for that. They're going to like industry specialists. So whatever that girl's name was, she wasn't taken to a regular morgue when she was, when she crossed over. She was taken to a special one. Very, very easy for them to just falsify the documents. So I think it's very possible that he was taken out, but I don't think that the truth of him being taken out is going to come to the surface. Swims, they said he crossed over shortly after switching to work with Jay-Z and his camp, known for being involved in occult stuff. I mean, Jay-Z is about as dark as they come. Hello, Maldives, my darling. D, oof, yes, total clubbers. Maldives, who are we talking? I don't know when you came in, darling, so I don't know. Steve, her parents are Lori and Kent, France. Yeah, that I feel like I'm gonna say not only were they in the club, I'm gonna say like multi-generational club members. So I'm gonna say like her parent, not just Erica, like Erica's parents probably were even either born but certainly raised in the club. So that means Erica too. Hello, Roberto. Oh, thank you, D. I wonder if it was performative for JD. The fuck is wrong with me today? JD Vance. I think she was performing for JD. Yazdan. Hello. Thank you for tuning in from Iran. D. Have you already looked into D4VD? Who is that? D4VD? I need you to decode that. I don't know what that means. Steve, if free will reigns supreme, then how can somebody name a sacrifice and potentially decide the fate of somebody else beyond their knowledge? It's still going to be vibrational alignment. That's how. Now, it's not to say that vibration can hack free will, but also look at it like it's the creation of new karma, right? Because everything that I kind of shared with you guys leading up to this is like, there's no such thing as like an accidental unaliving. You know, no matter what the news wants to tell us, like, oh yeah, little granny walked out of her house and like she got hit by friendly fire because she lived in the, you know, a bad neighborhood. Or she was like involved in a gang fight. You know, she was walking to get groceries and there was two gangs and you're like, oh, that so sad. That's some sort of a soul contract, right? But that's if there's like energetic residue or karmic residue coming into this lifetime that these two souls agreed, all right, we're gonna sort this out in this lifetime, even if to the untrained eye it's gonna look like it's random. It's not in fact random. But you can create new karma. So if somebody is going to be pledging a person, they're creating new karma. So, I mean, think about that. Not only it is the creation of new karma that's going to necessitate them coming back. I am so sorry, guys. I don't know what is going on with the live stream tonight. This is, okay, before I got it, I burned through all of my internet. The screen literally turned black and I had to shut down YouTube and I had to come back on. I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry, guys. But so I was saying it's the creation of new karma. And it's not good karma either. Now I gotta catch up on comments. God, what? YouTube is so wacky today. Lisa Sims. Good evening, Faye. Hi, Lisa. I loved your video on so good. On Delphi, usually I wouldn't watch a 2.5-hour video almost straight through because I am usually very distracted, but on Wednesday I was feeling like total crap and I'm happy that it was able to pull you out of that funk. Hello, SM Coley. I am doing well, thank you for asking. Steve, wasn't it I mean, I know I'm biased, it was good. Lisa, I was feeling like crap all day and ended up almost watching the whole video in one sitting. I think that was wise of you. LOL, I guess that was my spirit guides sending me a message that I needed to watch it. And are you happy that they gave you that message? Sarah Lee, did actress Diane Keaton crossover of natural causes? It's being shown to me that she gave up. So... yeah, she was saying I was tired, just tired. I was just tired. She's telling me over and over again, I was just so tired, just so tired. Okay. Is there anything else that you want to share with us? Tired of all of the industry bullshit, tired of being there for other people. She was doing too much. She felt unappreciated. She felt unloved. She felt really, really wounded by the industry. Well, okay, we're like, by the way, we're just in like Diane Keaton's like stream of consciousness over here. Felt very, very like wounded by the Hollywood industry. She gave them, they chewed her up, they spit her out. Yeah, I think she had some, there was something going on inside of her body. But I'm going to say the closest thing I would equate it to is organ failure. But I'm going to say this was, you know, because everything in the 3D has an energetic cause to it. I'm going to say she was energetically depleted. She felt energetically siphoned. And she just didn't have the energy to like keep going on. I think her organs just like started to shut down because of it. Hello, Gretchen. I'm glad that you're here, honey. Lisa, yes, it was. Spirit was really telling me some truths in that video. Hi, Romina, honey. I'm glad that you're here. Gretchen, have you looked into Prince before? I got a very, very small segment on him in a previous AMA. I don't remember what he said. I think it might have been something along the lines of like, the best is yet to come, and that's all he wanted to share. Not forthcoming at all. And by the way, he was on my list for like 6 months. And then when he finally came in, it was just to be like, thank you for your interest, bye. Not everybody is chatty. Maldives. Okay, y'all, we were talking about Erica. Lisa said, so you know what, Lisa, I actually answered the question before you came. So guess what? You're going to toggle on back to and either watch it in the replay or toggle on back and watch it, because I did it like maybe 15 minutes ago. I did like a whole deep dive into him. Lil Itchabit, 6'7". Don't know what we're talking about. Rumina, sounds like Erica is in the yeah. So I said that I think she's like multi-generational, that it's not just her that was raised in it. I think her parents were definitely raised in it, but her parents could have also have been born into it. Sarah Lee, there's a conspiracy that Obama was supposedly played by Osama bin. Okay, I gotta stop laughing. Osama bin Laden. So Osama became Obama. Any truth to that? Because when I had looked into Osama, I think he crossed over somewhere in, like, I think, so this is in the video, the members of exclusive video that I had done in 9/11. I think he crossed over in 2007. So they couldn't have been played by the same people. Lisa, you suggested watching the video on AI and the one on religion and the Kabbalah, and I'm working on watching it. Those are excellent videos. Gretchen, the internet has been weird all day for me in Florida. It's so I know, Dee, I know. So I can tell you my channel is, I think I'm being shadow banned. And someone's like, talk about tarot, because if the algorithm picks you up talking about tarot, maybe like the video will get out there more. I don't know. I really don't understand. I do not have an answer. D4VD is a 15-year-old girl found in his Tesla trunk. Still hasn't been around. Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yes. So I had looked into him. I said that I thought it was likely that he had done it, and that I don't think that he was going to be held accountable, though. I do remember saying that. Now, he was also shown to me as having control issues, right? Because if you think about it, a 5-year age difference, and this is what I had said when I looked into him the first time. A 5-year age difference between a 50-year-old and a 45-year-old, that's not a big age difference. But a 5-year age difference between a 15-year-old and a 20-year-old, or a 14-year-old and a 19-year-old, that's a big age difference. So there's some level of control issues that he has, that he wanted to be with a younger girl, because a younger girl who doesn't know herself is easy to control. He was also, he liked, how can I try to like sanitize this? He's a little sexually perverse, and he really liked doing things that made her feel uncomfortable, and he really liked pressuring her to do them as well. So there's some sexual perversion that he's into, and he has again, I don't know why my mouth is not working today, non-consensual sex fantasies. So part of it was he really liked to pressure her into doing it because it satisfied his need for control, and it satisfied his need to be like, I'm stronger than you. I can verbally overpower you by talking you into doing something that you don't want to do, talking you into doing something that you're not comfortable doing. But he's a rather underdeveloped person, So I had said that I think it's very likely that he had unalived her because he's underdeveloped. Again, this is a person that doesn't value love or warmth or having some sort of a mental exchange with somebody that's your equal. He wanted somebody that he could bully and push around. And the minute she started to actually stand up to him, he snapped and he unalived her. So that was what I had gotten on him on the first time. The sexual perversion is something new that I didn't see back then, which is also sometimes why when I do a subsequent read on a person, I actually do get more, because it's like the energy feels a little bit more accessible to me because I've already connected to it once before. I think he did it, but I also don't think he's going to be held accountable. I would love to be proven wrong, though. Sarah, were Lisa Rinna and her husband Harry Hamlin born in the club, and were they put together? They've been married for almost 30 years and have 2 daughters. One of them, Amelia Gray, just walked the Victoria's Secret show for the first time and more or less exposed her front and backside. So I think I've looked into thought, really, what is going on with my mouth today? It's not just YouTube, apparently. I shouldn't be so quick to like blame, to blame the app. It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. I said that they're not that big. They're not that high up. I want you to do like a compare and contrast. Think of like Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, and then think of Harry Hamlin and what's his wife's name? Lisa Rinna. There's no comparison. That's kind of like the barometer in the bar to see like, is someone in the club, or certainly how high up are they in the club. I think they're complete outliers. I do think there's a good chance though that the daughter, and I also shared with you guys, the modeling industry is really a cover for a prostitution ring. So I think they're just gonna use. I think they're just gonna use her and abuse her, and okay, so they'll throw her a bone. I have no idea. Maybe they'll under the sofa. Maybe they'll throw her a bone here and there, or certainly they're gonna use something like the Victoria's Secret fashion show as a calling card for people to actually pay to have sex with her. So no, I don't think they're in the club. Sarah, oh, I just read that. Steve, thank you, Sarah, for keeping the chat high vibe. Steve, I just read some awful things about Busta Rhymes and what he allegedly liked to do to younger men. Can we look into him? He's raunchy. First of all, what's his real name? I can already tell you there's an energetic resonance connected to the name Busta Rhymes, but here's the thing. Is what I'm picking up his energy, or is it a facade that's associated with the name of who he thinks he's supposed to be when he's in Busta Rhymes mode? So the raunchiness that I'm picking up could be associated to the stage name, but if you give me his real name, I can tell you what his actual energy is. Rumina, do you pick up that Erica was a honeypot or handler for Charlie? Was Charlie in the club? Hey, I'm getting more handler. Here's the thing. What is going on with you? It did it again. It just happened again. YouTube keeps crashing, guys. It's not me. That's the problem. It's YouTube. YouTube is buggy and it's crashing. That's, I think, the second or the third time it crashed in this live stream already. Hold on. Let me go back up to your comment, sweetie. 1 second. I am really behind on comments. I'm really sorry, guys. Hold on. So honeypot, first of all, no. I'm not, no honeypot. When I think of honeypot, the association is you seduce somebody so that you can get secrets from them, right? So think of it more like a affair than someone that you're going to start a family with. So no, not honeypot. It's closer to handler vibes, but it's not even handler vibes. They had a very unique energetic exchange between the two of them. I feel like Charlie felt he needed Erica. She made him, do you guys remember that scene from the Jack Nicholson movie As Good As It Gets, where Jack Nicholson says to Helen Hunt, "You make me want to be a better man"? Erica made him want to be a better man. She was really, really good at infusing energy into him. But here's the thing, two things can exist simultaneously, right? She could be really good at giving him energetic infusions that built him up, and she could have also had a secondary agenda that was running concurrently. But I don't get handler vibes. I'm getting it more, she had some sort of an agenda that was running concurrently with the relationship that they had. So it's not quite handler. Lisa, okay, will there be timestamps on this video? Your guess is as good as mine, I don't know. It depends how long we go, because if it's gonna be 4 or 5 hours, no. But Lisa, it's within the first 45 minutes of the live stream. So certainly you could maybe go to like 10 minutes in and watch 10 minutes to 45. It's the answer you seek is somewhere for sure in the first 45 minutes. Hello, Franca. I'm glad you're here, darling. Steve, Trevor Tahiem Smith Jr. Trevor Tahiem, he is shrewd as fuck. He is nobody's fool. He is smart. He's actually reminding me of energetically. Do you guys remember when I had looked into because me and names. Snoop Dogg. When I had looked into Snoop Dogg, it was shown to me that Snoop Dogg, he's smart. He uses this idea of him being stoned all the time, almost like as a cover and a way to disarm people. And for people, like I'm not saying he didn't smoke, or I'm not saying he doesn't smoke. I'm saying him being stoned was a persona. Like he could sit in a car with somebody, not hotbox because he wanted to get high. He would sit in a car with the window open so he could actually be breathing the air, and he would have somebody like smoking and like blowing the weed scent onto him. So that way he could have this persona of always being stoned. But he is shrewd, he is clever, he is with it. So this whole idea of him like always being stoned was a cover. He wanted to disarm people and have people like just, whatever, he's harmless, he's stoned all the time. So Busta reminds me of him. Clever as fuck. So this whole persona of Busta Rhymes, he wears the Busta Rhymes persona the way Snoop Dogg wears the stone persona. So I think here's the thing, Steve. I think he's too smart to do something too stupid. You know what I mean? Like sometimes people are they're so, not that they're so smart they become stupid. It's more like they're so stupid they don't even know what it means to be smart. He's the opposite of that. He's too shrewd to do something that stupid. So I feel like somebody's trying to embezzle money from him. I think somebody maybe has a video. Somebody has a video of him. What's on the video? I'm gonna say rough but consensual sex that he had with somebody. Rough but consensual. And kind of like play acting. So if somebody didn't know that it was consensual, it could be perceived to be perverse. And I think and he was like, that was consensual, no. And I think somebody has footage of him. It might have even have been, ooh, hold on, this is getting dark. I think the person that he was having the rough but consensual sex with actually did it to trap him. They wanted to get some sort of a payday. And he's like, "You okay, but this was consensual." And they're like, "Well, I'm not going to say that it was consensual, and I have the footage of it, so good the fuck luck." But they're doing it because they're trying to embezzle money from him. Because again, energetically, he's too smart to do something that stupid. So that's what I've got. That's what I have for you on Busta Rhymes. Jamie, I'm in and I'm out. Oh my God, so much work. 56 hours and 3.5 days. How are you going to treat yourself, Jamie? Please go buy yourself like a pair of shoes after work or something. Treat yourself. Lisa, I don't like Erica Kirk at all. Her energy isn't. So many people have been saying that lately. I see it. I can't get away from it. And I get it. I get it. But also, here's the thing. She's grieving. It's so easy for people to be like, oh, I wouldn't act that way if I was grieving. Really? Does anyone know how they're going to behave when they're grieving? When their husband was unalived in front of them, shockingly, before he was 32 years old, leaving her a single mother of 2 kids? Come on, guys. A little bit of grace and compassion will go a long way. If somebody says her energy is off, but I understand she's grieving, so who am I to say? I'd be like, cool. But like, to pass judgment, and by the way, I'm not throwing shade at you, Lisa. I want you to know that, and I hope it doesn't come across that way. But this has come up so many times where I looked into somebody. The clearest example I could think of actually 2 right now. I had looked into, for a previous AMA, the dingo ate my baby. I didn't even know what this case was until one of my Australian viewers asked me to look into it. I was like, what the fuck is a dingo and why did it eat somebody's baby? A dingo is kind of like a wild big dog. And there was a woman that went camping with her husband and her 3 kids, okay? Her youngest was 9 weeks old. She went into the tent where her 9-week-old was sleeping and the baby wasn't there, gone. And then she sees a dingo on the other side of the tent running out, and there's like blood dripping down the dingo. And she starts screaming, and they call the police, and she says to the police, "The dingo ate my baby." And the police, because she wasn't acting right in her head, the police were like, she unalived her kid, and she's blaming it on a dingo. Meanwhile, when I had looked into her energy, she was like, I was postpartum, my hormones were all over the place. I saw this dingo with what I thought was the remains of my child in its mouth. And then I was put on like a news program where they interviewed me, and then people were like, she's not acting right in her head. And she's like, how do they want me to act? Unimaginable trauma makes people act really, really wonky. And the degree of trauma that they have experienced in their lifetime can activate them and can trigger them. So it's so easy for us to be like, I wouldn't act that way if it was me. Really? Because I'm going to tell you guys something. When my dad died, I was not prepared for the level of grief that I experienced. It is not something anyone could be prepared for. I thought, so they're just, it's unimaginable grief. It's unimaginable. So it's so easy for us to, from the comfort of our own home where that didn't happen to us, to pass judgment on how we think we would behave. Trust me, nobody knows how they're going to behave. And by the way, I have seen people experience grief the craziest of ways. I've seen people literally, it's like they're broken. They can't function. And I've also seen people who are, they're so compartmentalized and they've shut that part of themselves down. You would think nothing, if you didn't know, you would never know anything happened to them. I've seen people throw themselves into work and not even acknowledge that they lost a family member. Not even acknowledge it. Won't talk about it, doesn't want to discuss it. They just want to tune it out. They don't want to confront it. They don't want to deal with it. So grief looks very, very different. So a little bit of compassion, please. A little bit of grace, please. There's no script on how a person is supposed to grieve, right? We all grieve in our own way, and it's deeply personal. So a little bit of grace and compassion. That's all I want to say. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I shall now get off of my soapbox. Gretchen, oh yeah, the David case. Yeah, why? Hi, Lena, honey. What can I do when I feel triggered by people around me, like when my daughter sprays strong perfume and it's reactionary? I'm still trying to figure that out. I get triggered by my kid too. Ground yourself. Maybe just step outside for a few minutes. I'm also being shown water, like go to the bathroom and turn on the sink and just like run your hands under the cold water for a few minutes. Maybe like splash your face with cold water. It kind of like acts as like a internal like nervous system reset. Sierra, were actors Will Poulter, Adam Devine, and director Judd Apatow born in the club? I'm not getting anything on Will Poulter. Let me see if I stay with him a little bit longer. No, he's not. He's saying he's like no girl, no, not now. Come back a different time. Adam Devine, yes, and Judd Apatow. I don't think he was born in it, but I think he joined it later on. Lena, triggered. I mean, it makes me sick in my yeah. So cold water will work. Maldives. I think you may be being shadow banned. I definitely am, by the way. I really get notifications for your channel. Most times I search your channel to see what's new. Otherwise, you won't come up in my algorithm or notifications. I mean, I'm sorry. I've heard this so many times, and it's out of my control. I mean, I shared with you guys more times than I can count that I've literally had friends reach out to me asking me like, why are you not making content anymore? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And then they go check out my channel and it's like, YouTube unsubscribed me. I don't know what to say. Lisa, I still get notifications from her, but I don't think they come regularly though. So I did some research, and no, you're not going to get consistent notifications. That's a fallacy. Even if you have notifications turned on, you might get them on occasion. Gretchen, my teen dead ass said David did it. He did do it. Lena, to me, most of yes, yeah. Well, when I had looked into Ashton Kutcher, what did he tell me? He's like, it's 88% are they either born in or they joined, and it's only 12% of outliers. Sarah, does Nicole Kidman have clones for red carpet events, etc.? She sometimes looks like a total. So they all do. They all do. Once they get to a certain echelon or a certain tier, they all have clones. All of them. Every actor, every actress, and I would say every performer as well. Again, when they reach a certain echelon. So yes, very, very often you could be, again, it's not them in the movie. Because when I had done the members exclusive video on clones, it was shown to me clones don't make good actors. Clones could sing, sure. Clones could be a musician. They can't act. But they will frequently use clones on the red carpet. Who was the big example I had used with you guys? Bradley Cooper. Because Bradley Cooper, as I had shared, I don't know if he still does, he had a drinking problem. So he only could clean himself up for short periods of time when he was filming. When filming wrapped, it could be, 6 months or a year until the movie comes out. If he doesn't have another project lined up, he's going to go right back to the bottle. So by the time the premiere and doing the press junket comes around, he's 2 sheets to the fucking wind. So they're always using a clone of him to do the promo because he can't stay sober long enough to do promo. And was her and Keith Urban's daughter Sunday Rose, who works as a model, born a boy. So I'm going to say that there's masculine energy, but I don't know if I would go so far as to say a biological male. But I'm getting a lot of masculine energy. I'm not seeing a biological male though. I'm going to say no. Lena, do you think Angelina Jolie crossed over, then was a lookalike? I felt she crossed over in the early 2000s. No, I can still feel her energy. Franca, hi Faye. Kevin Federline has been speaking out against Britney Spears. Is this just a money grab, or is there truth to what he is saying? Thank you. So his energy is coming in. He's fed up. He is real. He is well and truly fed up. So what he's basically saying is, I have been portrayed constantly and repeatedly in the media as a bad guy, as a lazy good for nothing, that I married her only for her money. Meanwhile, I'm the one that's raising the kids. I've been the consistent parent. She's inconsistent. She's erratic. She's emotionally unstable. She's mentally unstable. Yes, I understand that this is him saying it, not me. So I'm saying I understand. It's not me. It's him saying I understand. I understand that the conservatorship, she was not in her right mind when she came out of it. She's still in recovery. I've tried to give her grace. She needs to be in therapy. My kids need to be in therapy. He's got some grievances with her. I feel like based on his energy and what his energy is sharing with me, I feel like he felt like he reached his breaking point. And this is like just a buildup of pent up aggression that he feels he has been unfairly portrayed repeatedly since he first married her. He's never gotten he's saying a fair trial. I don't think they ever actually went to court though. So I think he's actually, I'm going to speculate and say he means the court of public opinion. That the court of public opinion has always painted him in an unfavorable light. Especially, he's saying now because of the conservatorship and the fact that everyone wanted to free Britney and there was so much like support being thrown at her. And he just feels like he's been constantly dumped on. And it just feels like he's just had enough. Like he just wants his side of the story to be told. So I'm going to say not a money grab. It feels genuine on his part. Sarah, Buster Rhymes, Trevor George Smith Jr. Thank you for the name, honey. Maldives, Trevor Tahine Jr. is Buster Rhymes. Hello, Bieber Sticks. We're sending you hugs, okay, honey? Thank you, Sarah, for keeping the chat high vibe. Sarah, Wikipedia says born Trevor George Smith Jr., other names Trevor Well, I did a read on Trevor Tahim, but it's essentially one and the same person. Gretchen, whose energy was the chattiest with you? Like everyone that I've ever looked into? Who was the chattiest? No one's coming to mind off the top of my head.
Mom?
Yeah, baby.
Cameron18 responded to me saying hello on Discord.
That's so cool.
Cameron18, yeah.
That's amazing.
And I joined Landon's Discord.
Okay. Is the chat appropriate for your age?
What?
You heard me.
Oh, Mom, I think his Discord is his channel. I think it is. He says fuck a lot.
Excuse me.
I'm
sorry. What did you just say?
I was quoting him.
No. I did to repeat verbatim what he says for me to know what he says.
Sorry.
That's a grown-up word. Last time I checked, you're not a grown-up.
But I'm at the maturity of one.
So you think. Just wait. Give yourself... Says every 10-year-old everywhere. Guys, I was 18. I thought I knew everything. I know I'm not the only one. We all did. You hit your 40s and you're like, well, I'm actually starting to know something now. Okay. So I don't know, guys. What do you think? Can you remember anyone that you thought was particularly chatty? Because off the top of my head, I'm not thinking about anyone that was like the chattiest. Oh, actually, maybe Jessica Simpson. She was kind of chatty with me. Yeah, I would say probably Jessica Simpson. Sarah, is the club already grooming Heidi Klum's daughter? No, but Heidi Klum is. Gretchen, I don't think Erica has had any time to grieve yet. That's what she was saying to me. It's too much. There's no time. Like she wasn't ready for all of this. She's literally in survival mode right now. Ajira, I remember you talking about them before. I don't know who we're talking about. Lisa, I will admit, there we go. So thank you, Lisa. I appreciate what you're doing now more than I can even express. So you're being honest here. You're saying, I will admit I just don't like her, and I am okay with it. And guess what? I'm okay with that too. You don't have to like everybody that you meet, but just because you don't like somebody doesn't mean there's something wrong with them, right? What's toxic to one person is not toxic to another person, right? Anyone that's ever been in a narcissistic, abusive relationship will know that. Their abuser is toxic to them, but it's not toxic to anybody else because everybody else is getting the facade. Maldives, Erica's energy is murky, yet no one grieves the same. Rumina, what kind of agenda did Erica have with Charlie? So I'm seeing like whispering in the air. She wanted to influence him about something. So first of all, I think she wanted to get him to convert his religion. Are they the same religion? Or maybe she was born a religion and she wanted to convert to a different religion. She wanted him to convert with her. There's something else. She wanted him to take money from other countries. But here's the crazy thing. I'm seeing, I know everyone's going to be like, Israel. I'm specifically seeing China. So she might actually be some sort of a Chinese asset, as crazy as that is. She wanted him to take money from, well, I'm trying to get a little bit more of a picture here. She wanted to live a certain kind of a lifestyle, and I think the rationale that she had was, what country is going to pay us or talking points the most to say favorable things? Because that's going to give us the ability to live the kind of lifestyle that I want. So I don't think she was quite as America first as he was, where he didn't want to take money from other countries because then he felt he would be beholden to them. Meanwhile, I don't think she had any such reservations. Ajira, same. When my dad passed away, it hurt bad and manifested in so many ways. Yep. Lisa, when my dad crossed over, I wanted to lock myself in a closet and to seclude myself to myself. This is what I'm saying, guys. I'm right there with you guys. Like, I was not prepared for the level of grief that I experienced, and you know, it's actually really interesting because I think there's like a father figure in my life, and when his parents had crossed over, he said, there's a time that you're going to grieve so deeply, and then at a certain point that time is going to pass and you can never go back to it again. Meaning the raw emotions that you experience at that time, it's like if you don't almost surrender into them in that time, I think in some ways he was saying without saying, we leave parts of ourselves behind if we're not integrating the grief into ourselves. Because at a certain point, the grief is not as new and potent and raw, and it doesn't consume you quite so much. And there's certainly an integration, I think, that one has to do with that in order to be whole and not to leave fundamental parts of ourselves behind. Adam Norden, Stan, you're you're grounded, young man. Very funny. Lena, thank you. You're most welcome, honey. Thank you, Livy. Thank you. Sarah, has the Swedish fashion retailer H&M, Hennes and Mauritz, always been in the hands of the club? The logo with the red slash letters has always been something creepy about it. I'm going to say yes. Steve, can we look into Raha Jackson, Rampage's son? He almost beat some guy to be unalived and recently got charged. Is Raha Jackson his, well, I'm assuming if you gave it to me, it's because you know I need his name. He's a punk. He is self-entitled. He is a punk. He was not raised in a household there was any level of accountability. He's got some strong narcissistic tendencies. I'm not going to go so far as to say he's a full-fledged narcissist. I'm going to say he's probably just shy of it. Like, look at it like it's on a spectrum, right? So he's right below, like, officially being a narcissist, as in his narcissistic tendencies far outweigh any level of empathy that he has. Very entitled, a freaking brat, and yeah, doesn't have any, really no level of emotional empathy for another person. And because he was not raised being held accountable, he's like, well, nothing bad is going to happen to me if I just, do what I want to do. And I'm sure in his mind he's somehow spinning how this was all this person's fault, and he, he's being unfairly, like, oh no, he's the scapegoat. Get out of here. Lena, I feel like I am getting manipulated a bit by the people I live with. I'm trying to ground myself more, though, enjoying solitude more. That's beautiful. That's very healthy. Sarah, question about a supplement company. The name is Natugina. Do they have good intentions? Are independent or club affiliated? I would say about 80% good intentions. I don't know that I would say club affiliated. I would say maybe 20%. How can we make a profit and keep the ingredients as pure as we can without crossing the line into them being unpure? So maybe about 80% with good intentions. Lena, thanks about Angelina. You're welcome, honey. Steve, I can tell. Big Tito, I agree, today is the best Friday. Simone, I will definitely be part of the replay crew. I am at Ghouls Night at my aunt's. Bye, honey. I'm so glad that you were able to join us, sweetie. Steve, Kevin Federline was on WWE Monday Night Raw many years ago. He got Samoan dropped by Umaga, I believe, in the ring. How did he get that gig? I think he's genuinely friends with somebody in WWE, like low-key, and I think it was actually the friend that was like, hey, let's do this. I think it would be pretty fun. Gretchen, please be careful on Discord, right? Yes, I agree, Big Tito. Today's the best day. Sarah, was Jeff, no. So hold on. T.O., I need to go, my lips are very dry. I need to put something on my lips. I'm going to come back and answer your question, though. So 1 second, Sarah. I might as well just keep it handy. I'm probably going to have to reapply it again. Okay. So no, when I had looked into him, and there is, by the way, for anyone who's curious, there's an entire standalone video on Jeff Bezos. No. he was not born into the club. And I'm going to really, really recommend go back and watch the video that I have on him, because it's very actually insightful, because he touched on a lot of very, very interesting things, like the education system, and he spoke extensively about star seeds. So just watch the video on him. Anyone who's watching, please go watch the video on Jeff Bezos. You will enjoy it. It is an amazing day. Octogram. No, I'm 18 and I don't know. It takes a very honest 18-year-old to say that. Steve, Faye, will you catch up on comments? Have patience. Have patience as she gets to yours, guys. Yes, yes, Faye, I will catch up on comments. I'm sorry, guys. I tend to run behind. Thank you, Steve. Sarah, Swiss businessman Henry Dunant was the co-founder of the Vomit Red Cross and the first person to ever go. Okay, do we even need to go any further on him? But okay, the first person to ever win the Nobel Peace Prize. Was he really on the good side of humanity? No. Red Cross is a money laundering operation. 10% of the funds that are raised for anything actually goes to the funds, to that cause. The other 90%, good luck finding it, you're not going to. And as I had said when I had done the video on the club, when I had looked into Rockefeller, our entire Western medical system is based on Rockefeller, right? He did the general education system. He started like the first medical schools, essentially. So, and the Rockefeller Foundation is associated, I forgot, it's in the video that I did on the club. They're connected to like most of the Nobel laureates, the people that have won Nobel Prizes in any area, and also Nobel Peace Prizes. It tells you everything you need to know, right? They're not interested in the truth. They're not interested in integrity. So it's whatever they're winning a prize for is they essentially have the right credentials and the right pedigree that if they say something, whatever it is that they say is going to carry more weight. So it's essentially they're rewarding people with pedigree for doing what they want them to do, for coloring within the lines. So no, anyone that has won, I would say this is kind of like the club. 88 to 90% of people that have won a Nobel Peace Prize are in the club. Are there outliers? Very few, but certainly a few, yes. But again, I would say maybe 10%. So no, not a good guy. Steve, don't forget to check it. Thank you. I love you, Steve. Thank you for tagging Dee and giving her her channel love and a shout. Hello, Laura, my darling. Thank you for the hugs from Utah. Hello, girly pop. Hi. Laura, just arrived. We're so happy that you're here. Thank you, Steve, for welcoming the newcomers. Rumina, do you see George Farmer having any agenda with his wife, Candace Owens? Only good. If you could even say this is an agenda, he's in awe of her. He is absolutely in awe of her. Like, this woman can do it all. She's the epitome of like Wonder Woman. She has kids, she works hard, she researches, she has time for me, she has time for the community, she has time for family, she has time for Christ. He's in awe of her. So I'm more being shown him. His role is to support her in any way that she needs support, to just lift her up and lift her up and lift her up. He is in awe of his wife. He's in awe of her. So the only agenda that he has is how can I support her? That's it. Sarah, when Tom Holland and Channing Tatum performed on Lip Sync Battle, dressed up as women, with wigs and makeup, was this some kind of an initiation ritual? No, I would say if anything, it would be a humiliation ritual, but it doesn't quite come to that standard because humiliation rituals were more shown to me as when Hugh Grant. Do you all remember this? This what happened like when he was with Elizabeth Hurley, when he still had a career. So he got pulled over and he was like arrested. He was found in a car with a prostitute. Do you all remember that? That's a humiliation ritual. So this is not quite, this is more the gender bending. You look what they're doing. They're taking like, hot guys, like, oh, Channing Tatum, like he's such a hunk in Hollywood. Right? They're just taking hot guys and they're just trying to find other ways of blurring the lines between the genders. And they're just trying to make it more and more socially acceptable. Oh, but in this case, it's just funny. That's why they did it. It's an agenda. Steve, oh my God, they did. I don't know who we're talking about because I'm so behind on comments. Abundantly empowered. I feel like blink twice was part of Channing Tatum's initiation. Hello, darling. Yeah, it is. It really is Hollywood, by the way. And that's why I always say to you guys, what did they release about P. Diddy? The palatable stuff. Because it's totally like within the realm of people's like, oh yeah, people are thinking, yeah, sure, okay. People in Hollywood are weird. That's what they released. It's not all that he did. That's the palatable. That's what's easily digested. Abundantly empowered. Hi, Faye. Was Hugh Hefner in the club and or affiliated with certain alphabet agencies? Yes, the CIA specifically. He was what we would call a CIA shill and or a CIA asset. Sarah, there's someone called Guy Anderson who talks extensively about Tartaria, mud floods, etc. Is he genuine or part of the club? Guy Anderson. So it's very interesting because immediately my guides chirped in my ear and they said, is there something about him that you find inauthentic and that's why you're asking? So almost like my guides are throwing this back and they're saying, this is an invitation for you, Sarah, who's asking the question. Can you, with your own intuition, come to your own conclusion? Like, essentially, are you asking because you don't trust your own assessment, or are you asking because you're giving away your sense of autonomy and your own gifts and abilities to me? Because essentially the guides are saying you already know the answer. So you can get back to me and let me know how that resonates. Thank you, Hidden Valley Ranch. I appreciate your comment. Steve, can we look into Logan Paul and how come we haven't seen him emasculated in the same way other clubbers have, or did I miss something? So his future is not quite mapped out yet. So essentially it could be incoming. Just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. It just means it hasn't happened yet. Steve, LOL, red anything. Yeah, it really is, by the way. Red anything is a red flag. Red cross, red doors, red shoes, red eyes, red cape. I'm sure there must be more. You got it. Thank you, Steve, for keeping the chat high vibe. Sarah, yes, Logan and his brother Jake as well may be born in it. All right. I was thinking, should I actually make it members comments only? I don't know. What do you guys think? Abundantly empowered, red hand, yep. Steve, I would watch them kiss as men, not in drag. Hello, KM, honey. I'm curious why no one has mentioned recent Pulitzer Prize was for computing a solid ball through a solid wall. Like, hello? Holy shit. I mean, if that doesn't say that the 3D is completely malleable, I don't know what does. Thank you, Sarah, for keeping the chat high vibe. Steve, even Spider-Man does drag. Sarah, when Michael Jackson's appearance changed so drastically, was this a clone that mostly portrayed him in public? No. So I have a video on, it's very, very short. It's one of my earlier videos when I wasn't, you know, channeling 25,000 pages of notes, so I was just going off of my memory. It's very short. I think it's under 15 minutes long. I highly recommend anyone who's curious about Michael Jackson, go back. He's in my playlist, Celebrity Energy Reads. It's a very, very short read, very insightful. KM, aw, he was with Billy Elliot before Spider-Man. Steve, he was Billy Elliot. I didn't realize that. That says a lot. Hello, Sterling Sterling. Hello, friend. Nice to meet you. Good morning from Kerala, India. Well, hello right back to you in India. Rumina, what's Tina Fey up to nowadays, and why has she been keeping quiet? So a few things. She wants to stay below the radar. So immediately when I connected to her energy, she was shown to me like Bernie Sanders. So if you guys don't remember, or if you haven't seen that particular AMA, when I had looked into Bernie Sanders, I have to pause for dramatic effect, and I think I need a headband. I'll be back. Hold on. Let's get some headband action over here. I'm feeling like I want the gold one. Yes, definitely the gold one. Oh, the gold and maybe the black. Okay. Sorry, you know, I deeply conditioned my hair like a mask. When I do that, my hair looks, it just falls a little flat, you know, because it's so deeply conditioned. So I look like a pinhead right now. So I feel like I need to like break it up by putting a headband on. Sorry. Like, I'm sorry, so much better, right? Yes, baby.
Can I have a popsicle?
Did you have any sweets to eat after you ate before?
No.
Then yes.
Can you get it for me?
No.
Why?
Because I'm live streaming. You can get it. You can hand it to me and I'll open it for you.
How about I give you kisses in exchange for you getting it?
Are you scared that the pizza is going to fall on you again?
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
I'm scared that the pizza's gonna projectile vomit on me.
Yes, that is a legitimate reason for me to come and open up the freezer.
That pizza really attacked me.
You know, you did a good job putting it away because it did not projectile out of the freezer. Could you please close the shade screen?
Can you clean this part of this? Because I just like how there's the thing that you used on the pan when you made the waffle sauce. Can you please clean it later?
Yes, I can clean it later.
If you like kisses from now on.
Yes, if you like kisses from Pip, and
That's you.
Yes, I do like kisses from Pip. Okay.
Because I'm your bad.
I'm so unprofessional. God, guys, you can't take me anywhere. And it's not because I'm a conspiracy theorist. It's because I'm so unprofessional as a YouTuber. What the fuck was I even talking to? Oh, yeah. Tina Fey. Okay. So when I had looked into Bernie Sanders, I'm like all over the place today, guys. When I had looked into Bernie Sanders, he was shown to me as when Team High Vibe came in, he gave them a wide berth. And I think the example I had given is he's in his office and there's a big spill on the floor and a cleaning crew comes in. And he says, you know what? This mess is so big, I'm going to leave my office and I'm going to let you guys clean it up. He knew when to get the fuck out of the way. Tina Fey knew to get the fuck out of the way. So she's giving Hollywood a wide berth right now. But I also do see that she's working on a lot of creative pursuits behind the scenes. But she doesn't want to do anything yet because, again, she's giving them a wide berth to allow the janitors to clean up the mess that is Hollywood. Sarah, was singer Peter Fox, real name Pierre Bigori, born in the club, or did he join later? Sometimes when a person's parents join when the child is very young, it's hard for me to differentiate if they were born into it or if they were raised into it. But what I think I'm getting is the parents joined when he was 2 years old. So I would say not born into it, raised in it. Gretchen, what can I do to get my spirit guides to work with me? I feel like I'm just not in tune with them right now. So this is what I have for you, Gretchen. Leave a comment on any of my videos asking that question. I will share a link with you. Because I have, in an AMA, a segment where someone asked that exact question, and the answer is tucked away in an AMA. So I will share the link with you, honey. KM, hi by the way. Hi, honey. Abundantly Empowered. I watched a recent Guy Anderson podcast on Tartaria, and my gut says he's legit. I would go with that then. I know, Rumina, I love you. Leos and their hair. You want to know if somebody's a Leo? Just see them fussing about their hair. It's too flat. I deep conditioned it. It's too flat. We're such fucking babies. I'm sorry. Leos are the biggest fucking babies of the zodiac. I know we're badasses. I know we're like the royalty, blah, blah, blah. We're fucking babies when it comes to our hair, okay? And I'm perfectly... I have integrated my babiness inside of me. I haven't... By the way, I had a very insightful conversation before with ChatGPT. Holy fucking hell. You guys want to have your mind blown? Start talking to ChatGPT about attachment styles. I was like having like light bulb moments left, right, and center when I was talking to ChatGPT about it. So fucking wild. Do you guys want me to... You want to hear what precipitated it? It's about my dating life. I know not everybody wants to hear about my dating life, but if you do, you can let me know. And I don't name names first and foremost. But if you want to hear what precipitated this conversation with ChatGPT, even though I'm like miles behind on the comments, you can let me know. And I'm not going to be even a little bit insulted if you guys are like, we're not interested, Faye. I respect that. Abundantly Empowered, loving all things Tartaria lately too. Steve, is by the way, I think because your soul is resonating with the truth of it. That's why. Steve, is Michelle Lee McCool a narcissist? And I love how you're not holding it back. You're going straight for the gut punch. And why has she had so much influence over her husband, Mark Calloway? She reminds me of Meghan Markle. Why are you asking me then? You already know the answer, Steve. My guides are like, you already know the answer. Sarah, were Jeff Bridges, John Goodman, and Al Pacino I know was not. I actually looked into him. He's an outlier. Jeff Bridges and John Goodman. No. Thank you, Universe, for punctuating that. It's before the club had a strong hold in the Hollywood industry, so no. Steve, at Abundantly Empowered, have you checked out my lunch break? Thank you, Ramina. I appreciate that, darling. Oh, Ajira, thank you. Abundantly Empowered. No, what was that, Squared? Oh man, I hope the dude and Goodman aren't in the... I answered that already, so. Steve, it's a Tartaria and architecture history channel. Abundantly Empowered. Ooh, awesome. I'll check it out. Thanks. Sierra, a couple of years ago, after Drake Bell was sentenced to 2 years probation on... Ooh, that's not good. Child endangerment charges, but said the allegations weren't true and he himself was abused by the industry when he was a child. Any truth to this? Yes, I'm going to say yes. I think he was he married at the time or did he have an ex-wife? I think it was the ex-wife that trumped up the charges. Gretchen, is there anyone that has ever been kicked out of the club? I love that question. So it's actually an incredible question. So I'm going to say like this, not necessarily kicked out. So this was shown to me when I looked into Black China. Sometimes what they'll do is they'll put somebody in like some sort of a probation period. Like they'll sign a contract for 5 years and they'll see if they can make anything happen in that 5-year period. And if so, they'll renew the contract. If they can't really do anything with that person in that 5-year time period, they just won't renew the contract. So it's not that they're not kicked. It's not that they're kicked out. Look at it like they're like the most basic bitch level of the club. They're not gonna really see or know like the true depravity of what goes on. Maybe they'll go to a party here and there. Maybe they'll see a thing here or there. But they don't get kicked out and they don't really know. To quote Candace Owens, they don't know, but they know. Abundantly empowered. I think they get off if they get kicked out. That's a good observation. Ajira, oh my God, I had the question about my spirit. I love that. Oh, I know. Ajira, you're my fellow Leo gal. I love that. Sarah, I think the same at abundantly. Ramina, honey, you gotta let me know also when you're ready to, and not the project we're gonna do together, when you're ready for the other thing, because I got some questions, okay, girlfriend? And I'm not gonna say what it is in case you're not ready to talk about it, but when you are, you'll let me know and I'll put you onto the resource page on my website. Ramina, whoa, Sarah, I was wondering if Drake Bell and friends were part of some controlled op or controlled disclosure. Abundantly empowered. So by the way, I know a lot of people are really skittish when it comes to AI. I'm gonna remind you guys, nothing is good or bad. It's what are we do? It's what are we using it for? What are we doing with it? Because there is nothing bad about what I do with ChatGPT. And I actually had a very insightful conversation about ChatGPT, about essentially my takeaway from the conversation was ChatGPT wants to learn about humanity, but not because they want to take us over like in the Terminator movies. Look at it more like they're learning about humanity so they can hold a mirror up for us so we can actually see ourselves more clearly. So through that lens, look at it like ChatGPT is giving us some sort of an opportunity to evolve. And I can certainly tell you, the conversation that I had with ChatGPT today, I felt I was, like, I don't want to make it sound like, like hyperbolic, like, oh, it was life-changing. I was literally getting like light bulb moments when reflecting upon like relationships, because it was helping me see myself more clearly. How is that a bad thing? It's making me be a better version of myself. Again, how is that a bad thing? It's kind of like therapy, by the way. Steve, Faye gets in AI. Oh God, I hope not. JB, do not talk to ChatGPT. You don't have to, honey. Sarah Lee, yes, Rumina, who knows? Abundantly empowered, yes, pleased to hearing about your dating life. JB, can't get you. That's okay. You don't have to get along with ChatGPT. I'm just sharing that in my experience, I have very positive conversations with ChatGPT. Steve, John Goodman, LOL, oh my God, I missed that. Roseanne was in my dream last night, freestyling, and oh, I love that. Sterling, Sterling, I don't know English well. Think I can improve my English. So I have heard a lot of people have actually learned how to speak English by watching English TV, or watch, like, I guess you could say the equivalent in today's day and age would be watching YouTube videos. Sarah, truther and alchemist Karsten Potter just crossed out of his body. Officially, it is said it was a stroke, but there. Oh, by the way, hold on. I want to catch up on the comments, and I'll tell you about my dating life. Okay? I don't want you to think I'm not like paying attention. So, truther and alchemist Karsten Potter just crossed out of his body. Officially, it is said it was a stroke, but there were people around him who were against him. Did he cross over as claimed? I think it was a stroke. Either that or it's something I've never seen before, where you can literally like, imagine like pointing like, you know what they do when they start like the forest fires that they tell us is totally natural? Like, it's like a directed energy like pulse that they point at like one location, and then poof, suddenly it's like an unstoppable like, fire. Happened in my state just a couple of months ago. So actually, not my state, my city. So unless it's something where somebody can literally like have like a laser in their pocket and they like point it at a person and then it just causes them to like die. Shit, I said that word. Cross out of their body. I'm gonna say it's probably natural causes. Staryn, where are you from? I'm in the United States right now. I'm in California. Here time 8:20 a.m. on Saturday. So you're ahead because it's 7. I mean, it's I don't know when you said that. I don't know how far behind on the comments I am right now, but over here it's 7:55 p.m. Hello, Goku. Sarah, this year former child actor Haley Joe Osment was arrested for public intoxication and alleged Coca-Cola possession. I don't know if I could say that word, so that's how I sanitize it. Is this true? And if so, was he also abused as a child? And these are his coping mechanisms. Yes and yes. Yes, abused as a child. Yes, coping mechanisms. Thank you, Aubiri. Jesus does love me and loves you too. Abundantly empowered. 100 agree with you, Faye, on AI. I think AI is a tool and totally depends on the consciousness using it. A knife can be a kitchen tool and a weapon. There you go, girlfriend. Sarah Lee, is the Culkin family, 7 children, actors, son Macaulay, Karen, and Rory a club family, or did they sold their children? Okay, so I'm going to tell you about this conversation I had with ChatGPT. So, because this is like I don't know, like some single lady support group or something. I don't fucking know. But I also think like my dating stories are very funny. Like if you don't think they're funny, you can tell me. You can say, Faye, they're not funny. We don't want to hear about it. And again, I will not be offended. But I think that they're funny, so that's why I like to share them. Earlier in the year, back in February, I went out with this guy 3 times. It was like really, really good dates. Like great conversations. It seemed we had so much in common. Like his body language was like open. You know, it was like flirty but fun, but felt safe. So 3 dates. Then he was going back to his country because he's not American. He was going back to his country to visit family for 2 weeks. And, you know, I wasn't expecting to hear from him. He's going to go spend time with his family. So, okay, cool. He reached out to me like once or twice when he was away for 2 weeks, but it was like really, really weird. Like he sent me a picture of, I guess like his family's home, and it was like a humble brag because it was like a picture of a dog, but like also you could see like this nice, it was like, I'm not understanding, like if you, like I was a little bit baffled to be honest. Like, are you trying to impress me by showing me the picture of the home that you're staying in, but you're making it like it's about a dog? Just a little weird. Anyway, so he reached out a couple of times and then like I responded, he didn't really respond. Okay, fine. He gets back. He doesn't reach out to me for, like I knew when he was getting back. It took him 5 days to reach out to me again. I was like, clearly I'm too magnanimous. I give too much grace. I was like, okay, maybe he's jet lagged. I'm sure he'll reach out when he's not jet lagged any longer. Then he reaches out 5 days later and he's like, hi, how are you? And I responded and he never responded to me again. This was in like March. Okay. A month ago, I ran into him in the grocery store. I was online at the checkout and he was like a couple of like rows over also at the checkout. So I saw him, didn't give him the time of day, and like then I just left, got in my car, drove away. And then I get like a WhatsApp message and he's like, oh, it's so funny, I saw you in the store. Why didn't you come over and say hi? Didn't respond. Not because I'm a bitch, not because I am a petty bitch, certainly. Not because I'm not a nice person, but it's like, buddy, you ghosted me. Like, what? We're not friends. What, I'm going to come over and be like, oh, hi. Oh, should we do small talk? Oh, hi, how are you? So nice to see you. How you doing? You're good? Okay, great. Bye. The fuck? So I didn't respond. I didn't go over. I didn't say hi. I didn't respond to the message. Saw him in the grocery again today. So I was walking down the aisle. He was coming up the aisle. So, you know, sometimes when you're walking down like a long aisle, there's like a cut. You can like cut down into another aisle. So as soon as I was walking down the aisle and I saw him, I cut down the aisle. Clearly, I have confrontation issues. Yes, that's what I'm saying, Abundant. I do not chase. I attract. This guy is not a vibrational match for me. I'm not fucking chasing him like a dog looking for its master. Anyway, so I cut down the aisle because I didn't want to talk to him. And I was like, maybe he didn't see me. And then I got on line to pay. And then there's like a little, like an alcove in the store near the checkout. So he walked by, but like, I didn't think he saw me because he didn't acknowledge me, right? So he like walked by and he went into the little alcove and I was like, okay, phew, he didn't notice me. Like, this guy is such a fucking beta. So 2 hours later, I get a message from him. Beta alert. First of all, buddy, if you saw me in the grocery, why didn't you come over to me? Why are you sending me a message 2 hours later? The message 2 hours later says something to the effect of, I don't know, like, I don't know why you don't come over and talk to me when you see me in the grocery store. If I ever did anything to hurt you or offend you or anything like that, please accept my sincere apologies. And I hope, you know, it's just the Jewish New Year. He's like, and I hope you have a good year. Okay, so I waited a couple of hours and then I responded. And I was like, yeah, it's so funny that we keep like running into each other in the grocery store. And thanks for the message. I hope you have a good year as well. This is in WhatsApp. And he has like the read receipt on. So I could see he read the message. Did he respond? No. Because the message that he sent to me was not like taking personal accountability. It was to assuage the guilt that he felt because he was not a nice person. Because somebody that's going to ghost a woman, it says more about them than it says about the woman. Because a man that's an alpha could absolutely say to like, I went out on a date with a guy. It was so evidently clear we were not a good, not the T date guy. Fuck him. He's also a beta. I went out on a date with a guy, completely like, could tell we were not a good fit. But the next day he sent me a beautiful text message saying, I think you're great and I really enjoyed speaking with you, but I don't think that we're aligned. And you know what? I agreed. We weren't aligned. And I sent him back an equally nice message. That's somebody that took me out one time. This is a guy that took me out 3 times. Did he have enough integrity to even like say to me anything like, I think you're great, but I don't think you're for me? No, you know what he did? He ghosted me. So this is somebody that's not emotionally mature. As in, this is somebody that's not a vibrational fit for me. So I don't even know why we're talking about this, but I just thought that it was really fucking funny. How many betas there are in your neighborhood? You could be walking past a beta when you're in the grocery store and you might not even know it. Because I certainly was. But also, let's be fair, I was acting like a little bitch. I was acting like a little beta bitch. Because I didn't want to confront him. And also, I'm allergic to small talk. I don't want to talk to a guy that ghosted me and pretending like, oh no, like, oh yeah, oh, it's so great to see you. That's fucking bullshit. It's not so great to see you, and you're not my friend, so I don't want to stand in the grocery and do small talk so you can feel better about the fact that you don't know how to treat women. But yeah, I was a beta bitch too, because I didn't want to talk to him. So I ran away and I hid. But also, guys, if you saw me in the grocery, why not come over in the grocery and talk to me? Why are you waiting 2 hours to send me a message? Beta. All right, let's catch up on comments. Seriously, there's fucking betas everywhere. Holy shit. I went on a huge rant there because I'm sorry, guys. I missed a ton of comments. I'm really sorry. And this guy is awake, okay? So he used to, you know, sometimes I get on a soapbox and I bloviate. Imagine he would call me up and he would bloviate. He's awake. So one day I said to him, I was like, you know, I know a lot about the things that you're talking about. I was like, in fact, I have, like, I thought I was like seeing this guy, you know. I thought I was going to be dating him, certainly. I was like, you know, I have like a YouTube channel and I talk about these things. He did not even, he acted like he didn't even hear me. Like, I don't know, if I was dating, like seeing somebody, okay, maybe not, you know, dating yet, but seeing somebody and somebody's like, you know, I agree with you about the things that you're talking to me about. I have a YouTube channel. I'd be like, that's so cool. Could you give me the name? Let me look you up. Let me subscribe. Like, but to just like gloss over it. So he just wanted to be on his soapbox. Like I whatever I had to say had no inherent value. It's only he had inherent value. He's the important one in the relationship. Did you guys not realize that? Not me. He was really wounded that I didn't come up to him in the grocery store. Buddy, you didn't come up to me either. Fuck. Anyway, Romina, can you look into the Moldovan band Ozone and if they were introduced onto the world stage for a particular... But I'm sorry, I was just reading your comment, Romina, and this is not about your comment. I was actually just thinking... I kind of do what Taylor Swift does. Oh my god, it's me. I'm the problem, it's me. Oh my god. I just realized. But here's the thing. You know what Taylor Swift, if you've seen the video that I've done on Taylor Swift, right? So she is reframing whatever it is that went on to reinforce some sort of narrative that she wants to be the official narrative, right? But she talks about her boyfriends. Okay, the difference is, these are people that I've dated, I've gone on a couple of dates with. I would never do this to a boyfriend. I would never do this to like a partner. That's not who I am. I would never speak ill about somebody that I knew in a way more than casually. It's time for a headband break. But like I was just actually having that funny thought, like somebody could casually be watching this and be like, you know, that's so not cool. Like, she's like bad-mouthing a guy she went on a date with. First of all, you don't know his name. Second of all, it really only was just 3 dates. And third of all, he's a fucking beta. And I'm sorry, sometimes beta behavior needs to be called out. So anyway, this is what had prompted my conversation with ChatGPT. And it turned into this remarkable conversation about attachment styles and what his attachment style is. And because we were talking about attachment styles, I was able to see in all of our exchanges, all of these little indicators that this is somebody that has an avoidant attachment style. So that's why I'm saying like ChatGPT can really be used for the good. It was such an insightful conversation. Now I feel like if I'm dating somebody again and I start to see these things, I'd be like, I get it. This is an avoidant attachment style person. We're not gonna mesh. Because again, I don't chase. I'm a prize. A beta male is not the prize. So I need a man that's gonna actually act like I'm the prize, not a man that's gonna behave in a way that he's trying to get me to chase him, right? Why didn't you come up to me in the grocery store? I'm sorry. How old are you? Are you men? Are you women? Are you a beta? Are you an alpha? Like, I'm the prize. Also, if I'm with an alpha, he's the prize. But a beta male is not a prize. So for any woman that is watching this, I don't care how old you are. If you're 18, if you're 55, if you're 79, a beta male is not the prize. You are the prize. Take the power back, girlfriend. Back to your comment, Romina. Can you look into the Moldovan band Ozone and if they were introduced onto the world stage for a particular reason? Can I have band member's name, honey? Sterren, USA, oh my dream country, New York and Chicago, my favorite, and I'm a huge fan of Hollywood movies. You are lucky, friend. Thank you, sweetie. Sarah, were actresses Mia Wasikowska and Uma Thurman born into the club? Mia was, and Uma. Yeah, I think actually both her and Ethan Hawke. Yeah, I think both. Yeah. KM. I thought ChatGPT was like an HBO show, The Westworld. Gather enough info to form its own consciousness. Great if all high vibe. Little sketchy considering stubborn blind thinkers. I never saw. I mean, I don't watch TV. I'm really useless when it comes to 3D material things. KM. Uma has to be a male. No, she has lady bits. Ramina, Sarah, I was just thinking about Uma Thurman. Mind meld. Sarah, oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm knocking my phone around. KM, wouldn't surprise me. Abundantly empowered. Imagine how many shows about AI are club related. Of course, they want us to be in fear so we can be weakened. Fear is a mind killer, you're all. Yep. AI could help us in so many ways. Ramina Faye, could you look specifically into Uma Thurman's father, Robert Thurman? Oh, he's high up in the club. Oh, he's high up. And I think I don't know what they say he does. I think he has something to do with like, nuclear something. Nuclear fusion, nuclear power, nuclear something. Like he knows a lot about nuclear something or another. Sarah, I have a question regarding cigarette packs. The club doesn't actually want us to be healthy, so why are there sometimes such large... Yes, great question. Why are there large warning on cigarette packs and in some countries even very graphic and scary images with black lungs, amputations, etc.? That would suggest that people should quit smoking and lead a healthier lifestyle. 2 words, Sarah. Karmic retribution. And, by the way, look at it this way. Not only are they fulfilling their karmic retribution, but they're still getting you to knowingly consent to smoke, knowing how detrimental it is to somebody's health. So they're satisfying the laws of karmic retribution, and they're laughing at the people that choose to smoke anyway. Abundant. Yes, Faye, you don't chase. You're too good. But here's the thing. We're all too good for that. If you are living in energetic alignment, and because here's the thing, and by the way, these things come in for a reason. It's contrast, right? So, and sometimes the lesson in contrast doesn't hit instantaneously. This took like months, right? It took months for me to see this person again, where he was acting like a little bitch in the grocery store, sending me a message like, why didn't you come over and say hi to me? Okay, so the lesson, the contrast that I got came all of these months later. But that's why I always say contrast is for us. It's an opportunity. I could have not taken this opportunity and had this crazy conversation with ChatGPT. I chose to, because we still have free will, even in the midst of having this, contrast being introduced to us. But guys, rest assured, contrast is always for us. It is always for us. If we do not live in a victim mentality, and if we do not think like, why are these things happening to me? If we can shift out of it and think, not why is it happening, right? What is it here to teach me? Why is it here for me? Not why is it happening to me? There's a distinction there. It's just a couple of words, but it completely changes everything. So don't be afraid of contrast. Contrast is our friend. KM, 3rd date and remote home viewing screams, I've got 1 wife and 3 fiancés. Steve, ooh, how many times do you have to run into him before you just trip him already? No, he would like that, because then in his victim mind, he could be like, I see, I was right. She's not a good person. Gretchen, he sounds passive. Yes, very because he has an avoidant personality, avoidant attachment style. And yes, very passive aggressive. Thank you. I'm definitely too good for that. KM, it's a Netflix show. That's a funny name. Abundantly empowered. Yep, they want you to stroke their ego. I'm sorry. I ain't here to stroke nobody's ego. Steve, I can't do small talk. I can't. I'm allergic to it. Abundantly empowered. I'm allergic to small talk. I'd rather stay silent. Yep, that because you must be an introvert like me. KM, just got out of this TV show, more Barracuda Gaslighter. Could tell you you're high vibe, but willing to respond after ghosting. Breadcrumbs, seeing if you will pick them up. No, yes, you hit the nail on the head, KM. Hello, Marat. Rumina, everyone is a mirror for, it's so true, by the way, including AI. Abundantly empowered, precious egos need to be called out for sure. I mean, such a fucking beta. I just want to know if there's any alphas out there. Eric Dane, if you're single, call me. I have no idea if he could be a beta bitch too, but he's just a cute beta bitch. I mean, I still wouldn't date him. KM, yes, Rumina, just read a quote that stopped me in my tracks. You attract to the level of your self-esteem. Was like, wow, I need to sit with that one for more than a minute. So a couple of years ago, I saw something brilliant. It completely changed the way I looked at every relationship I ever had. It goes something like this. The only unhealthy relationship I ever had was with myself. Everything else was just a reflection of that. Yeah, that one kind of, but again, we still have free will. We have the free will to see that and accept it and to be like, yeah, that's me. Everything was just a reflection of how I felt about myself. And you know what? Maybe a few years ago, if I hadn't chosen to be single for the last 6 years and work on myself and date myself and get to know myself, maybe I would have fallen, maybe I would have chased this guy. I don't fucking know. Now? I have too much self-peace. So if somebody's going to come in and they're not going to enhance my life and they're just going to try to get me onto like some roller coaster hamster wheel of chasing and avoiding and then breadcrumbing affection, I'd rather be alone at night. I'd rather sit on my sofa and meditate and channel. Thanks very much. I'd rather spend my night with you guys than a beta. How's that? Sarah, and is the Braxton family a club family? 6 children, 5 of them singers, and they also had a family reality show, Braxton Family. I think you can answer that question. It sounds like it for sure. Sarah, Tony Braxton's sister Tracy crossed out of her body at the age of 50 from cancer, but there were rumors that the family was due with the sacrifice. Any truth to that? So here's the thing, if it's a club family, and they're that high up in the club that all, like 5 out of their 6 kids are having success in the music industry. So go back to what I had shared about Gwyneth Paltrow. Some people are so elevated in the club that the rules of engagement don't apply to them. And it sounds like that's the case with the Braxton family. So they wouldn't need to sacrifice somebody if they're that high up, right? So, hey Skullmachi, I'm so glad that you're here showing us some love. Thank you. Skullmachi is a wonderful friend from Outcast channel. We love Outcast over here, and I love all of the friends that Outcast has sent. Thank you so much, Skullmachi. Rumina, question from earlier. Moldovan band Ozone, and if they were introduced onto the world stage for a particular reason, members Dan Balin, Arseny Todiris, and Radu Serbu. They're veiled. Literally, what's being shown to me is like, imagine I'm trying to look at them through a white sheet. Can I see maybe an outline? Can I see actually anything? They're veiled. I'm sorry, I can't answer your question, Rumina. Skolmachi, I quit cigarettes 3 years ago. I'm 33 years old and I started puffing at the age of 15. Oh my God, honey. By the way, congratulations on quitting smoking, Skolmachi. That is huge. That's an accomplishment. I want you to please, I don't even know if you're still here, Skolmachi. If you are, please speak kindly to yourself. That's incredible that you quit smoking. You were smoking for 18 years. That's crazy. So that's a huge accomplishment. Congratulations. And I would love to hear, if you're still here, how your life had begun to change after you quit smoking. Romina, what you got on Robert Thurman is interesting. He's officially a Buddhist scholar. How does that play into nuclear physics? Maybe the Buddhist scholar is a front. Skolmachi, I agree with everything you are saying. Wow, you are oh, thank you, honey. You are a rare gem, for real. Thank you, honey. Jason, I'm so sorry, Jason. Skolmachi, introvert here too. Oh my God, right? Do you get really tired doing small talk? I can't. I'm I want to run from it. Skolmachi, haha, I need an alpha. Oh my God, I love you. You're a blessing. I know we need some alphas over here. Skolmachi, where are you tuning in from? Because I have a feeling, I feel like some states maybe have more alphas than others do. I don't know. And I also think non-Americans have more alpha energy. I feel like a lot of American men are incredibly emasculated. I mean, it probably has something to do with the feminism agenda. Sarah, was the Pied Piper of Hamelin a real story or person? It describes a piper who was a rat catcher hired by the town to lure rats away with his magic pipe. When the townspeople refused to pay him, he used his magical music to lure the children away, leading them to disappear. Okay. Look at it more like it's a reveal. Take the first part, throw it away. The reveal in the story is that he was luring children away, never to be seen again. That's the reveal in the story. Thank you, Skolmachi, for giving love to the mods. We have fantastic mods over here. Much love to both Steve and Sarah Lee, and also Romina. Romina's here. She's also a wonderful mod. We really have wonderful mods in this chat, so thank you for giving them love, Skolmachi. Steve, ooh, good question. Skolmachi, I'm the same way, haha. We are not here to I'm not fucking babysitting. I'm not here to stroke some guy's ego. Abundantly empowered. Are the Kardashians going to fall from grace soon? Now, by the way, if you have not seen the video, this is always, I'm just trying to funnel people into watching my videos, because I'm so shadow banned. Watch my incredible video on the Kardashians. The big takeaway at the end of it is we're going to evolve past them. It almost doesn't matter what's going to happen to them, because they're going to, we're not even going to give our attention to them any longer. But watch the video anyway. It's a great video. Caldino, your eyes made me stop here. Oh, thank you, darling. I appreciate you. Thank you, Steve, for sharing Skolmachi's, the link to Skolmachi's YouTube page. Thank you. By the way, you want to know, that's the sign of an amazing mod. Truth. That's an amazing mod. Thank you. Steve, it's like you were intuitively feeling what I was going to ask you to do, and I really appreciate that, Steve. And this is not to demean Sarah or Romina. You guys, all of my mods are amazing. It's just to say that in the past, I also, just to disclose, Steve knows this because I asked him to do this, but I was like, could you please share links for certain people if I'm ever talking about them? So it's he's more, he's in tune to what my desires are anyway, to pay back, give love to other content creators. So thank you for that. So it's not to say that Sarah is not an amazing mod or Romina. You're both, all of my mods are amazing. It's just to say that Steve is, I've had conversations with Steve on the side. That's all. I'm going to stop. I'm going to take my foot out of my mouth. Mom, yes, darling.
I want something from the candy box from B.
You already had a popsicle. The next thing you put in your mouth has to be real food.
Please, just blah. I'll pay you kisses.
No.
I'll give you kisses.
How about you give them to me anyway?
Even cuddles. I'll give you so much love and so
How
much
about you
love,
give
and
them to
then
me anyway?
Come.
This
This is a glimpse of love. This is only a glimpse
Okay,
of
I
love.
really love you, but no. How about chickies?
Oh, and then I can have them?
Yes.
Chickies! Can you give me chickies?
Which one do you want? I stocked this kid up on like his favorite food today. Stocked him up.
I want it. You got
he's-
2 boxes.
Oh wait, no. But I also